Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Lucimus Prime here, and welcome to the next episode of Movie That Deserves a Sequel. Now, in today's video, guys, I'm going to be covering a live-action movie which is actually made by Disney. And this is for a movie which was actually released of course, in 2010, and is also, ironically, a sequel to a film from the 80s, guys, in 1982. And this is a film which shocks me that it didn't have sequels all these years later, 13 years later. It shocks me that this film didn't get sequels, because I really would love it if we could get more of this franchise, because I think it's a very good franchise. And it's definitely, a kind of franchise I love, because I'm into sci-fi and also, like computer-style movies, for example. So, and this film, which in my opinion strongly deserves a sequel and more story to be told, is none other than 2010's TRON Legacy. So yeah, now, you guys probably wondering, what do I think of this movie? Well, I love TRON Legacy. I think it's a very underrated movie, and one of those few live-action films by Disney that I really like, actually, as well. And I think it's great. And also, guys, I think it's also, as well, in my opinion, an example of a late sequel which is better than its predecessor, which, of course, is the first TRON movie. I mean, I still love the first movie. I really do love the first movie. It has one of the favorite wars of all time from Jeff Bridges and of course, David Warner, may he rest in peace, and many other great actors too, like Bruce Boxleitner as well, who, of course, returned in the sequel as well, which is pretty awesome. But when it comes to TRON Legacy, I think it's superior, and in my opinion, a very underrated movie with great visuals for its time, great special effects as well, and great performances by the cast. And I love how it gave Jeff Bridges, his character Kevin, more character development as well, which was definitely much needed for his character. I love that very much about this sequel, and why it's not had a sequel is beyond me, because TRON Legacy is probably like a massive example, I can say, of a film that I'd love to see more of, because Disney don't know what they're doing at all. They really don't know what they're doing, because rather than do a sequel to this film, they've made cash grab sequels to films that didn't even need sequels. For example, they made 2 cash grab sequels to Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, which I covered in a movie that didn't need a sequel. And of course, let's also not forget the infamous trilogy of films that I despise, which of course is the Disney Wars sequel trashology, which were also made way too late, and to a franchise that perfectly ended, of course, with Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. In my opinion, that's a trend of Star Wars, and there was no need to do a sequel trilogy after it, just prequels, and that was it, really, and shows like the Clone Wars and whatever. Disney haven't got a clue what they're doing with sequels. It's just not really fair how films that deserve sequels like this don't get the sequels, but others get unnecessary sequels too, which is just ridiculous. So I really do hope that TRON Legacy does get a sequel, guys, strongly, because, like I said, I think it's a very underrated film that deserves to be like a big franchise. And because it's definitely, in my opinion, a great movie. It may not be a masterpiece by any means, perfect or anything like that, but I think it's, a superior sequel to a first film, and why it didn't get a third film is absolutely beyond me. I mean, I know they did a show called TRON Uprising as well, but I think that's a prequel show, so that doesn't really count as a sequel, sadly. But yeah, I just hope they do another movie, because it does strongly deserve a movie. I'd love to see your characters return, of course, Jeff Bridges returning as Kevin, and also his son Sam returning as well. That'd be great to see. And many other familiar faces too, of course, return too in this third movie, so I'd love to see that happen, absolutely. I can't say no to another TRON movie at all. It's a very iconic film, in my opinion. It's underrated. One of Disney's best live-action movies, in my opinion. And with great performances, great visual effects for its time. And also, as well, an incredible score by Daft Punk as well. Definitely great music to listen to. I listen to it quite a lot these days. The music for the movie is really great, in my opinion. So I really do hope that one day Disney will realise that this film needs its sequel and will actually start making it in development. I really hope they do, because, it's been way too long. It's been, 13 years now since 2010. So, really? Come on. I mean, if we do a sequel and it might be late, I mean, who knows? It could be another example of a long away sequel, which is good, and maybe even better than the first 2 films. Who knows? I mean, it's happened before with long away sequels, which have been great. For example, of course, this movie, in my opinion, is better than the first movie. Another example, of course, would also have to be Blade Runner 2049 as well. That could also be another example, because I think that's better than the first movie, in my opinion. And also Top Gun Maverick as well, in my opinion, is another example as well. So, and there could be many others down the line too, and hopefully this could be applied to a third Tron movie as well eventually. So, yeah, we can only hope now that they'll do a third movie, and I'm going to keep hoping. So, in the meantime, what I'm going to do, guys, is I will keep rewatching both of these movies, absolutely, and like, because I tend to watch them both back to back if I ever want to, and because yeah, these are definitely, you know, two underrated films that deserve more love in my opinion. Great movies in my opinion, and yeah, really amazing. And I'll also see if I can also one day get the game of Tron as well, because they made a game of Tron, which I played when I was a kid, actually, on Xbox 360. I thought it was pretty good for its time. In my opinion, underrated game, but I might try and play again one day, absolutely. Probably backwards compatible, well, actually, if it's available, or for it. If not, I could probably get on like an older console, if I get an old console one day, but yeah. So yeah. Because I think it's definitely an underrated game, and I'll definitely play it with hope there'll be a third Tron movie for sure. Yeah, I'm going to always keep hoping there'll be a third Tron movie. So yeah, but in the meantime, I'm going to rewatch the two movies, and also as well, I might watch the Tron Uprising show as well, maybe, and of course play the game too, absolutely, preparation, because yeah. Because like, why this Tron Legacy did not get a third movie sequel is just absolutely beyond me, yeah. Because like I said, guys, Disney's not got a clue what we're doing with sequels at all. They've not got a clue at all. So, yeah. So, guys, this is me covering the next episode of Movie of the Sequel, where I was talking about why, in my opinion, Tron Legacy strongly, in my opinion, deserves a sequel, because I think it's an underrated film that deserves more love. And is, in my opinion, one of Disney's few best live-action movies of all time that I've seen as well. So, yeah. So, you know, drill, guys, be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to level in the comments what you guys think of Tron Legacy. Do you think it needs a sequel or not, in the comments below? Also, be sure to join Team Prime Best and subscribe in this coming future. If you would like to be a member, you can press on using the piece of lads or in the description, and I'll see you all later.